Alola trainers, and welcome to our very first deck profile video here on Pokelore. Today I'm bringing you one of my personal favorites in Standard. This is my version of the Decidueye Alolan Ninetales deck. I used to run this deck back before Guardians Rising with Vileplume. I think this might be a little bit less consistent, but it is actually a lot more fun to play. So let's get right into it, and then we'll play a few matches. To start out with right here, I have Shay the Bay. The Shaymin, obviously just there for draw support, nothing too special there. I am choosing to run 2 Shaymin and 1 Tapu Lele. I see most people run 2 Tapu Lele and 1 Shaymin. I have the Tapu Lele. I just personally, as long as he's in Standard, would like to run Tapu Lele for the, Shaymin for the draw support. Next up, we've got 4 Rowlet, 4 Dartrix, and 4 Decidueye, just a 4-4-4 line. It goes without saying, Decidueye is great because you can snipe things from your bench. We're not going to use him as an attacker too much, but we do have the option with Razor Leaf. And of course, there's Hollow Hunt GX. Most of the time, we're going to be going with Ninetales' GX move, but it is nice to have the option to use Hollow Hunt to recover things from our discard pile. So, moving on, my favorite card in the deck, which I think is the most clutch thing in the entire build. This is Espeon-EX. We're only going to use that first attack there. That's Miraculous Shine. Devolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon and put the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. This is great because you can just start putting damage on things with Decidueye or with Ninetales' first attack. And then if you're fighting some of those big evolution decks like Sylveon or Umbreon, you can just Miraculous Shine and get the knockouts that way, completely destroy your opponent's evolution line. So, very cool, fun card to play. I like it very much. We've already talked about Tapu Lele. Wonder Tag is great because who wouldn't want to just search out any supporter they wanted? Energy Drive is a very good attack. Kind of replaced Lugia in this deck as just a cool DCE attacker. And we do have the 1 Rainbow Energy in here to play with oh, never mind, I didn't put the Rainbow Energy in here, so we actually aren't even going to worry about Tapu Cure GX. Next up is one of the most underrated cards in the deck, I think, Alolan Vulpix. You're starting to see this come up in a lot of builds, even builds that don't necessarily run Decidueye, and it's because of this first attack right here. For no energy, which is crazy, you can search your deck for any 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. A lot of people run 3 of the Vulpix. I'm only running 2. I'm thinking about adding a 3rd, though, just because starting with Vulpix on turn 1 is very clutch. You can search out the rest of your Decidueye line if you can't get it out with items, or if you're afraid to play those items. You could search out your Ninetales to evolve next turn, or Ninetales and another Vulpix in case you're afraid that Vulpix is going to get knocked out on the next turn. And even starting with Vulpix isn't so bad if it gets knocked out. You still get to search out 2 Pokemon, and your opponent might knock you out. They only get 1 prize instead of 2, while it is still a Vulpix. So moving on, of course, this is the other star of the deck. We have Alolan Ninetales-GX with a whopping HP of 210. The first attack here is very, very cool for this deck. It's just another sniper. It can do 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon and don't apply weakness and resistance to the benched Pokemon. So you can snipe 50 onto your opponent's bench or onto their active. What's cool about that is for Decidueye and the Ice Blade, that's 110 right there. Cool. Sorry about that, brain fart. Okay, so just moving into our items, we have 1 copy of Field Blower. Again, you can try to make room for 2. I think it's only necessary right now to run 1 of them in this deck. You can add 2 if you want. Level Ball is awesome because it lets us search out not only our Dartrix and our Rowlet, but also our Alolan Vulpix. The whole point of this deck is to set up as fast as possible to try to get as many Decidueyes out on turn 1 or 2 as we can. Rescue Stretcher is great because if we have to discard a Decidueye or something important with Ultra Ball, we can just grab it back with Rescue Stretcher. Revitalizer, for the same purpose, we can put 2 of our grass Pokemon back into our hands, so if they manage to knock out a Decidueye, or if you have to discard some things on a bad Sycamore, you do have the ability to get them back. Special Charge is just because we are very special energy reliant. We only run 7 energy in the deck, 4 of which are DCE, so the more we lose, the harder it's going to be to win, so being able to shuffle them back into our deck is also pretty clutch. Trainers Mail, I'm choosing to run 3 copies here. Might cut it down to 2, and add either another energy or another field blower. I'm not totally sure. It is nice to get the forest or an ultra ball if we can pull them with that. Speaking of which, here's ultra balls. We're just running our standard 4 of those to be able to search things from our deck. VS Seeker, we're running 3 to get our supporters back. I'm choosing to only run 3 because I'm trying to get used to playing less items, and this deck is pretty item heavy. Not that we fear Garb too much, but it is still something we have to have in the back of our mind when building decks these days. Forest Giant Plants, of course. I don't know what's going to happen to the Decidueye decks when Forest rotates out in September, but it's here for the time being, and that is good for us. We're running 2 Lysandre, 3 N, 1 copy of Olympia. I might cut the copy of Olympia to add another Sycamore or something like that, but for now she's here. We are running only 3 Sycamore in this deck, again, just because I don't want to discard those items if I don't have to in the Garb matchup. And lastly, down here on the bottom, we've got 1 copy of Choice Band. Attach it to your Pokemon to do an extra 30 damage to your opponent's active GX or EX when you attack them. That really helps with the numbers if you end up attacking with Tapu Lele or Decidueye. We're running 2 copies of Float Stone, just to get some of those. Sometimes we might strand Tapu Lele or Decidueye out there, and we don't want to discard energy to retreat if we don't have to, so the Float Stones are nice. When I play, I try not to play the Float Stones unless I know I'm going to need to retreat. I'll play them when I'm going to retreat, just because other people run Field Blower, and you don't want to lose those Float Stones if you don't have to, because that also puts items in the discard pile. And lastly, we're running 4 copies of DCE and 3 Grass Energy. So there you have it, guys. 60 cards. That is my copy of Alolan Ninetales and Decidueye. Not the best deck in the format, but definitely one of my favorites. So let's play a game or two and see what happens. So we're gonna run Decidueye Ninetales, searching for an opponent. And it looks like we're going to be paired up against Hamila 007, who's running Water Psychic, Fire, and Colorless. I wonder what that could be. Let's go for heads. Don't fail me now, Lugia. You failed me now, Lugia. You weird grandpa-voiced bird, you. But they chose to let me go first, so it worked out in our favor. This is a very rough hand to start with. We drew 3 of our Dartrix, a Rowlet, and our only draw support is a Sycamore. So let's hope that we can draw an N or a Tapu Lele or something like that on our first turn. We're starting with Eevee, and of course we only get the Sycamore. I don't want to discard the Rescue Stretcher either. This is tough. We're just gonna hit done and hope they N us. If not, we'll go for that Sycamore next turn, but that is really gonna hurt. The reason I didn't go for it right away is so that I don't waste 3 of my Dartrix. I can at least evolve 1 Rowlet as long as we don't get dunked somehow this turn. It looks like this is going to be a Sylveon deck. So he's going to Energy Evolution into Sylveon. Not good. This deck does have problems with Sylveon. I'm actually usually able to eke out the win, but with a starting hand like this, if we don't get end, that's a problem for us. Any Sycamores? So I'm assuming he's going to Magical Ribbon, search up 3 cards. That's one of the things I really hate about playing this deck. They go into their, or playing against the Sylveon deck. They Magical Ribbon so often that the turns just take forever. Not great for video content. I might end up cutting this match from the video. Okay, so there's an Ultra Ball, so we're not totally boned here. So let's use the Energy Ball. Let's get rid of a Dartrix and another Dartrix. Actually, you know what? Hopefully we'll go for Tapu Lele to search out an N. curiosity, how many Dartrix do we have left? We have one. Cool, so we have the rest of our Decidueye line in our deck. Both Vulpix and only one of our both our Ninetales. Awesome. So we're gonna search out the Lele. Let's just Field Blower away that thing. Oh man, now that I got rid of those, I probably could have just went for N. That's a little bit of a misplay on my part. Or I went for Sycamore and saved Lele, but that's okay. We want to N anyway to shrink down their hand. But let's shuffle those Dartrix back into the deck. Let's play Lele. And search out N. We'll play N as our supporter and hope we can get a Forest and a Decidueye at least. Okay, so no Forest. That's a bummer. We got a Decidueye for next turn as long as he doesn't Fairy Wind us. We could retreat into that. Let's play the Espeon just to get that out of our hand. We'll play this here. Let's retreat into Lele. Let's play Shaymin for 3. There's a DCE. Put Vulpix down here. Next turn we'll evolve into Decidueye and we'll play that DCE down onto Tapu Lele-GX and try to start racking up some damage. That GX attack is another thing we have to be afraid of. Put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, all cards, attach them into your opponent's hand. So they can totally disrupt our Decidueye play that way. We don't have a Forest. It is a total bummer. I haven't drawn into a single Forest yet. That's just my luck. That's something's been happening. He's going to go right for the Shaymin knockout. I'm assuming he's going to DCE. If not, we will put a DCE on Shaymin next turn and Sky Return. But more than likely he's going to be able to get that DCE out. Sycamore. He didn't play supporter yet, right? No? Oh, okay, I guess he's going for the magical ribbon. So we were fortunate there. And as soon as they're done searching through the deck, we will put this DCE on Shaymin and Sky Return to get that back into our hand. And we might as well put the Choice Band on it there, start racking up as much damage as we can. Above this here. It stinks to get rid of 2 of these guys, but we know that the rest of the line is in our deck, so we will go for the Sycamore, their supporter. And I still have the Revitalizer somewhere. There's a Forest, finally. Now we're cooking, because I can Level Ball for Rowlet. Drop Rowlet. Drop Dartrix. And I might as well go for another Decidueye. Decidueye. So now we're starting to get set up a little. I'm a little worried about the fact that all I'm going to have left in my hand is a Trainer's Mail. I'm not going to use it yet. Let's go for as much damage on this Sylveon as we can. Since I can't donk the Eevee. Oh wait, I don't need to be worried because I'm going to have a Shaymin in my hand and a spot on my bench. Nice. We'll throw another 60 that way. And we'll throw Espeon out as our active. We should actually be able to use Miraculous Shine as long as he doesn't have a Max Potion or something like that. Well, Miraculous Shine. Oh, he's going to Lysandre up Vulpix or a Decidueye. He's going to go for a Decidueye. And we just tossed a Trainer's Mail. Or a Float Stone. But we still have one left in the deck somewhere. Maybe we'll draw into it with this Trainer's Mail. He's going to use Magical Ribbon again. probably could have put Vulpix out there and baited him into... No, never mind. Overthinking things. Okay, what are we drawn to? A special charge. That doesn't help us immediately, but that's okay. Let's see if we can't get another float. Nope. We'll take Sticky. We absolutely want that Float Stone. Play this. I don't want to toss the DCE, especially since I'm going to toss the Special Charge. It's a waste, but we'll put that on Espeon. Playing a little risky here, but sometimes you got to be like that. I could just Sycamore and try to set up a third Decidueye. Let's do that. There's the Float Stone. And a Level Ball. Still have our forest up, which is great, and we drew our other Shaymin. Okay, so we're pretty set now, because we can donk the Eevee. So let's just shoot all our feather arrows that way. Probably should be going after that Flareon. We gotta try to be as fast as possible here. Take a prize. It's another Trainers Mail. Let's free treat into our Espeon and Miraculous Shine, which will devolve Sylveon and knock out the Eevee. That is the most fun way to get a knockout. And now he's got 3 Eevees. He's just gonna evolve. Or he's got 2 Eevees left. He's going to evolve those back next turn. But it's still good to know that we can just keep doing that as long as he can't knock out Espeon next turn. We can keep donking the Eevees for easy knockouts. Now is he going to Lysandre Decidueye back out? Because we're out of Float Stones now. Are we running out of DCEs? No, we still have 3 somewhere. Hopefully not prized. So he's taken back 2 Eevee and an Espeon. And he's going to confuse Espeon. He does hit for weakness. Let's evolve this guy into Ninetales. Trainers Mail and see what we can get. Oh, Olympia. That works out so well, because now we can play Olympia as our supporter. We'll put up the Decidueye with the float. We'll retreat Decidueye back into Espie, and we'll go 3 feather arrows onto their Espeon-GX. We're not going to attach any energy at this turn, I think. And then we can Miraculous Shine to knock their Espeon back to their hand. And that should kill that Eevee. Now he is just going to send out another Espeon next turn, but it at least helps to slow him down. So bye-bye Forest. We don't need it anymore. Now that we've got 3 Decidueye out. So he is... Oh no, he's not going to be able to knock out Espeon this turn. Right? I don't think so. I think that's game. Unless he has something to put on his bench, which he probably does. We can just donk for the win. Okay, cool. I think it's safe to say we've pretty much got this one in the bag. But never count your chickens before they hatch. Eggs before they hatch? I'm not exactly sure what the saying is. And he just gave up. So, awesome. There's a victory. And we got 375 coins. Wow, nice. So 375 is enough to get a pack of Guardians Rising. Let's do that. So we'll go to shop. Booster packs. Guardians Rising, and we're gonna hope for one of those sweet, sweet hyper rares. Let's just open up the one for now. I'll save the rest of those coins for something cool. Drum roll, please. And it's Salazzle. So nothing too good in that pack. That's okay. I'm not quite sure how long this video is. I think that since this is more of like a test run for me, this is my first TCG online video, I'm gonna call it quits there for today. If you guys are looking for anything else Pokemon, video game, or TCG related, you can visit pokelore.pro-phpbb.com. And we do a weekly stream for the DS game. We do OU and multi-battles over on Stardust TV on YouTube on our second channel. So that's a lot of fun. Guys, until next time, I've been your host, Professor Snorlax. This has been Pokelore, and today we had a lot of fun with Decidueye Ninetales. And I will see you later.